Please tell me your name and roll number.
My name is Lopamudra Ratha. My roll number is 402265.
So, please give me a brief introduction.
I am Lopamudra Ratha. I belong to Dhenkanal and I have completed BTech in Biotechnology Engineering from Biju Patnaik University of Technology, and currently I am continuing in Odisha Revenue Service and working as additional Tahsildar, Dhenkanal Tahsil, Dhenkanal.
Okay. So, you have been in service for how many years?
Sir, I have been in service for 4 years.
4 years. Okay. So you cracked civil service and you are in the service now.
Yes, sir.
Give me some strong reasons why you have appeared again.
Sir, I am in Odisha Revenue Services, so I want to, if I will qualify and I'll have a good rank, I can be selected in Odisha Administrative Services. That service provides a better range and a more diverse field of work. That is why I appeared again.
Okay. And what subjects, optionals have you taken?
Sir, I have anthropology and geography as my optionals.
Okay. And regarding your preference of service, what is your first preference?
My preference is Odisha Administrative Services first
And
preference. Last is, sir, Odisha Taxation and Account Service.
Okay. So you don't have any problems with Odisha Police Service? If you are given Odisha Police Service, you are happy to join?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. So tell me first something about your home district.
Sir, my home district is Dhenkanal, and Dhenkanal is situated in the middle of Odisha, and it is a home to many eminent personalities. In our eminent personalities, we include the freedom fighters like Baji Raut, Sarangdhar Das, Harmohan Patnaik. We have many poets like Prajanath Vadajena, Sulakshana Devi. We have some famous festivals like Lakshmi Puja and a public festival in Bhuban, and also we have many tourist spots like Kapilas, which is known as Kailas of Odisha, Saptasajya, that is abode of Lord Sri Ram, and the eminent personalities Baji Raut, who was the youngest freedom fighter who was assassinated, and Sarangdhar Das, he is known as Garjat Gandhi, and he was the leader of Prajamandal Andolan. And Prajamandal Andolan was basically started from Dhenkanal in earlier times. And Brajnath Vadajena, he had written a poetry, Samar Tarang, which has described the essentials of Prajamandal Andolan. And Sulakshana Devi, she is the first woman poet of Odisha. And we have also Nandini Satpathy, the first woman chief minister of Odisha. She also belongs to Dhenkanal.
Okay, fine. Tell me some problems of your home district.
Some problems of my home district, sir. It is an aspirational district as enlisted by Niti Aayog, India. And we have some problems like communications problems, and in remote area there is no proper communication, and also we have before a few years we had a malnutrition of some tribal areas like Nagada too, and the area is not industrially much developed, though we have more mineral resources.
Okay. Any three great personalities, okay, that you have already told me. So, tell me something about Mahima Dharma.
Sir, Mahima Dharma is a Mahima cult which is known as, that was founded by Mahima Gosai, and their center is Joronda in Dhenkanal. They celebrate a festival called Magha Saptami, that is known as Joranda Mela, and that lasts for 2 days. And the Mahima Sadhu or sages, they come from around the India, they come to Joranda Gadi for that Joranda Mela Puja. They have Dhuni Mandira and Gadi, Mahima Gosai Gadi and Sunya Mandira there. they used to worship Sunya or the vacuum or space as their god. They think that God has no proper shape and size. God is present everywhere.
Acha. And what is the relationship of Bhima Bhoi, famous poet, with Mahima Dharma?
Sir, Bhima Bhoi, he was also a follower of Mahima Dharma, and though he was blind, he was an excellent poet, and he had written some poems also, and his famous poem आज मो जीवन पछे नरके पड़ी थाउ जगत उद्धार हेउ, like I may tolerate anything and everything, any suffering, but there should be wellness in the world, there should be welfare of the world.
So, can you tell me where our Prime Minister is now?
Our Prime Minister is visiting United States, and there is an agenda to have a Quad meeting, and Quad consists of India, US, Japan and Australia, and morely that is a quadrilateral alliance for security issues. And he has also discussed with Vice President Kamala Harris and President Joe Biden.
What is AUKUS, and if I can ask you one, how is AUKUS?
Yes, sir.
AUKUS, AUKUS, AUKUS.
Yes, AUKUS means home.
No. AUKUS, the alliance between Australia, USA and England.
Yes, it is a recent news that there is an alliance between Australia, US and England regarding the transaction of various armaments and even the naval weapons. And that is why France is into with this AUKUS alliance, and France has cancelled the meetings and the talks with Australia and India.
Okay. So, do you think Quad is relevant, or Quad can actually make any difference?
Yes, sir, Quad is relevant because if we see the security of Indo-Pacific Ocean, these India, US, Japan and Australia, they are strategically located, and China is trying to control the Indo-Pacific region for its business purpose or logistics purpose. If these four strategically located countries will be powerful in weapons and will be powerful in providing proper security, then it can act as a counter strategy, or it will be able to provide security. China won't have like the South China dispute. China is trying to occupy every other island nearer to it. It won't do any further encroachment in Indo-Pacific region. And that can also act, the Chagos Island located below India, that is also a naval base of US. So in that purpose, these four countries can have a security base, and it will provide them security for logistics.
Okay.
And further, they can avoid any kind of war in ocean or in naval basis.
What is your opinion about recently Supreme Court has asked the government to allow the entry of women cadets into National Defence Academy? Government
Yes,
was
sir.
saying that they will do it next year. Supreme Court has said this year itself you have to do it.
Yes, sir.
And UPSC has already given the notification for that. So many critics say that it will not be easy for the women to join in, the combat roles in Army, Navy, Air Force. What is
Yes.
your opinion regarding this?
Sir, we should allow women in combat roles. We should allow women in Army, Navy, and Air Force, because if we see the past, if we see in the history, even Rani Lakshmibai was a woman. Even many PM like Margaret Thatcher was a woman, PM Indira Gandhi was a woman. We have many Avani Chaturvedi and Pooja Thakur. They are also leading Air Force. They are also women. If women are doing every other job equally, they are even New Zealand PM, who is proved to be as most efficient one. Even the recent last PM of UK, they are also efficient ones. We have Pratibha Devi Singh Patil as President of India in past years. Currently we have Kamala Harris as Vice President of US. Then why can't a woman do better in combating roles? Women will prove to be better leaders, better in armed forces too. They just need to be given a chance. They should be provided a possibility and opportunity.
Okay. So coming to some of the optionals,
Yes, sir.
questions about the optionals. Can you tell me some racial features of the asteroids?
Astrolites, the racial features are they are morely moderate to short in height and mostly woolly to wavy hair and short nose. These much, sir. I'm sorry, I'm not able to recall much.
Odisha, most people are from which race?
Most people are from in Odisha, sir. Most people are from Mongoloid race.
Mongoloids?
Yes. Yes, sir. In Odisha, we have many races. Like in North India, we have some people of Mongoloid race. In South India, we have people in Dravidian race, and their characteristic features are also different. Like in Northern India, they are mostly of white to wettish complexion. They are tall in height and long nose. But in South India, we will find people mostly of dark complexion, and they cannot tolerate. They can tolerate more heat, while in Northern India they cannot tolerate. There is a racial distinction between them.
What are your duties and responsibilities at additional Tehsildar now?
Sir, as additional Tehsildar, I am alerted 4 RI circles of my Tehsil, and I am responsible for the revenue cases like OGL, Odisha Government Land Settlement Rules, Odisha Prevention of Land Encroachment Rules, and mutations, conversions of agricultural land for non-agricultural purposes, and partition of the land for on mutual agreement basis through OLR Act. And also I am doing various duties like as executive magistrate when and as when ordered.
Okay.
I am also responsible as officer in charge of record room.
Record room.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are our record rooms being digitized?
Yes, sir. Our record rooms are, we have modern record room, and our records are digitized. We can find any record through from the server as it has been stored.
Means now the paper files are not being kept.
We have the paper files, but we have the record in software, in soft copy also in the server. We can retrieve the soft copy when needed. And these are also uploaded to the servers like we have LRMS software, Land Resource Management System, and if we need a copy, we have Bhulekh portal, we have Bhunaksha portal. If we need a copy of ROR or we need to see a plot, we can access Bhulekh directly. We can see where the plot is situated, who is the owner, who are the adjacent plot owners, and what is the plot number and khata number. If we need to see the exact maps, we can also access Bhu Naksha. If we need a copy of ROR, we can see that on Bhulek too. And if we need to pay the rent, we can also pay that online on ePauti portal. And nowadays we do not have to go to Tahsil for application of any mutation or conversion or partition case. We can apply that on DWIST Odisha website online, and it will be done, and ROR will be delivered to our home through postal delivery.
So land revenue also now is being collected online.
Yes, sir.
That is for like what? Some revenue districts or all entire Odisha?
Entire Odisha, sir.
So that has made your work easier or more difficult? Or?
No, it has made our work easier. It has made the people's work easier, our work easier, also the subordinates' work easier.
So what has been its impact? Like it has had a good impact on the entire system, or what?
Sir, it has a good impact because it can be stored online, so the paperwork is reduced now, and when people can do it by sitting at their home, they do not need to rush to office for payment of and they do not need to wait for the RI to collect their rent too. So it has made their work easier too, and while the people are paying rent, we can be busy in some other works, and we can see that at the end of the day also. So it has made our work easier.
Okay. So what is the significance of 11th of May? What all days are celebrated on this?
Sir, 11th of May is celebrated as National Technology Day. Pokhran Test 2 was done on this day by our late missile man Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And this was known to be National Technology Day.
Who was the Prime Minister then?
Sir, when the Pokhran test was done, at that point of time, the Prime Minister was Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and APJ Abdul Kalam was working as a scientist.
Okay. So now all over India there is, in some states what they are doing, they are renaming towns and cities. Like Allahabad was renamed as Prayagraj.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is your opinion? This renaming business, does it help really? Anything? Does it change anything?
The names are majorly attached to the sentiments of people. If Allahabad was named by British or some foreign invaders, and the local people wants their name as Prayagraj, if we can change the name, the local people will feel good. They will feel that the city is their own. They also have a sense of belongingness for their city, but they will feel better. Yes, our original name is now officially renamed. So that will also just act as a moral booster for people.
So your hobby is gardening?
Yes, sir.
Tell me something about it. What are the inputs that you use in gardening?
Sir, I do mostly some kitchen gardening and some flower plants, and I do not use those fertilizers and hormones unnecessarily. I just use organic farming as my kitchen gardening and flowering plants are concerned. And I have also planted some trees on hydroponics basis. So like spinac and some marigold flowers, some roses, I have done all those plants.
Okay. You mentioned a word called hydroponics. Can you explain what is this hydroponics?
Sir, hydroponics is when we do the plantation with the sufficient amount of water, and we do not need soil for that. like for any used plastic bottle, that can also act as a planter for the plant. We can put water there, we can provide nutrients, and the plant will grow without the help of soil, and we will keep that in some sunlight area so that it can absorb some sunlight for its photosynthesis.
And can that be used commercially as well for agriculture?
Yes, sir. Hydroponics is used commercially. Many farmers in city like Hyderabad or Chennai, not many, few farmers are starting to develop plants on the basis of hydroponics. And since it is a form of organic farming, and it can nowadays the cities are loaded with houses, commercial buildings and residential houses. We do not have much soil left for farming and agriculture. If we can develop hydroponics commercially, we can boost our agricultural yield even, and they are following that practice, and they are selling their farm produces and vegetables on hydroponics.
So, let us go to situational question now.
Yes, sir.
Suppose you are in charge, okay, of an area,
Yes, sir.
and that area has a history of communal rights.
Yes, sir.
But now, for the last, let's say, 2-3 years, there is a relative calm.
Yes,
One
sir.
political party is asking you for permission for a political rally. Their leader is giving an undertaking, is writing that they will not create any issue.
Yes, sir.
But your local intelligence report is that they are planning something mischievous and that may damage, okay, or alter the communal situation there.
Yes, sir.
So, will you give them permission? Because according to Article 19, it is their right to assemble peacefully and without arms.
Sir, right to assemble peacefully without arms is a fundamental right, but right to strike is not a fundamental right.
No, they are not striking basically, they want a political rally. Just a rally they want.
Yes, I will allow and I will deploy sufficient police forces for any kind of security, and so that they won't be able to do any mischievous things. And I will be alert and I will deploy executive magistrate there, and if anything happens, any mischievous thing, or we got some information by intelligence that they are planning something mischievous, we will immediately stop the rally. So that their rights will be protected and the people are also protected, and the communal riots will not happen also.
Okay, fine. So thank you, that will be the end of the interview.
Thank you, sir. Namaste.
Person, feedback ହେଲା, content, ଆପଣଙ୍କର both content is good, style of presentation is also good. Okay, ତେଣୁ ସେଥିରେ କିଛି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ୍ ନାହିଁ. ଆପଣ ଖାଲି ନିଜ ଡୋମେନ୍ ଉପରେ ପୁରା ଭଲରେ ପ୍ରିପେୟାର ହେଇକି ଯିବେ. ମୁଁ କହିଦେବି ଏବେ ପ୍ୟାନେଲରେ ସେ କଥାଟା.
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍.
ତ ସେ ଯେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ସାର୍,
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍.
ସେ ମ୍ୟାକ୍ସିମମ୍ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ORS ଉପରେ ହିଁ ପଚାରିବେ.
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍.
ତାଙ୍କର ରେଭିନ୍ୟୁ ଉପରେ ବହୁତ ନଲେଜ ଅଛି. ଓକେ, ସୋ ହି ୱିଲ୍ ଆସ୍କ ୟୁ ଲଟ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଥିଙ୍ଗସ୍ ଅବାଉଟ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍.
ଆଜ୍ଞା.
ଆପଣ ପ୍ରିପାରେସନ୍ ବି ତାରି ଉପରେ ହିଁ କରନ୍ତୁ, ନିଜ
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ଡୋମେନ୍. ଓକେ,
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍.
ଓକେ, ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ.
ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ ସାର୍.